Told you we had a lot of friends. I wasn't kidding.
We're not friends.
That's right, with the law firm.
More than friends. Everything's strictly professional. So we're just going to throw some tunes around. This is going to be real informal. And let's get Ronnie to start us out.
I wouldn't mind also, folks, if you have a question or two, keep them in your mind and you can ask. One at a time. I'll try it. You'll do it, bro.
That's the old Dixie breakdown. I guess it's my turn, huh? What we gonna do? Any questions from anybody about law firms, including bluegrass musicians?
No.
Keep playing.
Yes, that no. Not yet. Eventually.
I'll go over there.
You think he's going to break out some sheet music on me? I just want to prepare. You're scaring me. I got a question. Bela, I think most of these folks have heard about how we started playing through the family lineage, as they say. But how did you and Casey both get into your instrument?
Well, I first heard the banjo when I was a little kid, growing up in New York City, and my grandparents had, every once in a while, they'd let us watch TV in their room when we were kids, and the reruns of the Beverly Hillbillies came on. I must have been 3 or 4 years old, and I heard that banjo sound, and I was there with my brother, and I was flipping out at the end of the opening theme of the show. I said, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?" And he said, "I don't think so." So I said, "Well, wait." Already I knew that at the end of a television show, the theme would come back at 3 or 4 years old. So it came back, and I said, "Did you hear that again? There it is, that sound." And my brother said, "No, I guess it's okay." It shows you that, it doesn't jump out at everybody. But the people that it jumps out to, it really jumps out to. When you hear your instrument. Woo! I don't know if you guys can. You go up like these guys.
I grew up with the banjo at the house, and as a result, I chose to play the fiddle. Actually, the truth is that my dad played pedal steel and banjo, and I don't think he wanted another banjo at the house, and wanted to prevent me as a little kid from having to carry around either a banjo or a pedal steel. So I got to play the little tiny fiddle because they come in little kid sizes, and that's really kind of how it got chosen for me. I wanted a drum kit, and I got one, and I played with that for a while, and then I went back to fiddle, and I just recently bought another drum kit.
It's like a banjo.
Yeah. So when I was 15, I actually got my first banjo by mistake because Dueling Banjos was out there, and I hadn't heard the banjo all over again. Remembered hearing it when I was a lot younger. And my grandfather bought a banjo for my brother because I was playing a little bit of folk guitar at that time, and he thought my brother should have an instrument. And when I got up to my grandparents' house and that banjo was there, I flipped out and I grabbed it. I would not let go of that thing. And, when I came home from there, there was a guy on the train who knew how to tune it up. And so I had it in tune when I got home. And then I just started playing it all the time when I should have been studying in high school. And that's my story. So, how about some more music? more questions? Okay. Back there. How old you were when we started playing?
Oldest to youngest?
I started playing banjo when I was 15, but I was playing guitar probably at 7.
I started around 6, I think.
I was 8, I believe. 8, I'm about to turn 9. I was 9, the violin. Any more questions?
Get blocked? Did I ever get blocked? Like where I just didn't practice? Yeah. Yeah, every once in a while.
I feel blocked right now sometimes. We have very little questions, so I figured they probably feel the same way I do on a Sunday.
But you know, we need a lot of fiber. That's my down there.
Are you still doing any classical music? And do any of the other guys get into any other genres?
One more time.
Are you still playing classical music?
Am I still playing classical music? Once in a while. Yeah, not enough to hurt my playing.
You want to play something, Bela? Play your song.
How about if we put it to Casey Driessen? What do we want to play?
How about Down Yonder? G? If you're playing along. I see a hand up over there.
Would you gentlemen say that you have a large amount of faith and hope in the music that we can play?
We have a lot of faith and hope in the music that we can play.
Like not
Like the
just
collective would.
not just your own inspiration, but your brother next to you.
Definitely.
Thank you. I just want to hear that from you, Mr. Bela.
We're all in it together. And it's a rich community. All right, man. Especially these days. There's so many different styles, great traditional players, great modern players, and it's growing. It's a beautiful thing.
We all spend a lot of time in the campgrounds too.
How does the thought process differ when you're playing bluegrass or jazz? When you're improvising? Yeah. Well, it's like different languages. You know, so you learn the vocabulary of a certain style and things that are expected when you play that kind of music. And you know, when I play bluegrass, because I played so much of it early on, I improvise with those ideas. Like we're playing with all the same stuff that we've heard the guys do when we were kids, and you know, everybody does different things with it. And it's the same thing in jazz, or different improvised kinds of music. You learn the language, and then you get more proficient at it. Yeah, there was another person asking about influences. Influences.
On what instrument?
Just in general.
So many. The instrument that I'm playing influences.
Yeah, well, who are your favorite fiddle players made you?
Oh, fiddle players. I've got a slew of them. You know, Stuff Smith, Gary Langer, Vassar Clemens, Byron Berline, Bobby Hicks. You know, to name a few guys that I've spent a lot of time listening to.
Yeah, so when I first heard Earl Scruggs, that changed my life, and then the next big change was hearing Tony Trischka in the banjo world. Those were like the two opposite poles of banjo playing at that time. They both blew me away.
It was pretty much traditional music going on in our house, but Earl Scruggs was, you know, definitely the main influence, and then probably Sonny Osborne would be, he'd be right up there with him, and J.D. Crowe, and then Bela Fleck.
You're gonna make a good lawyer.
Well, all I can say is, have you seen the lineup? That'd be my main influences. Really good. He hasn't been here, but the dog has been here, and Sam Bush has been here, and that young guy out there, the Punk brothers. He's
Oh, that filing guy. You've been hearing about that guy.
Yeah.
He's trouble.
He is trouble.
Yeah. So it's a rich scene. We've got a lot of the great older players are still on the scene. There's a lot of great people coming up.
Yeah, I mean, for a guy like me, you know, I loved Bill Monroe. From Bill Monroe to the guys that kind of studied Bill Monroe and took it, you know, Frank Wakefield and David Grisman, and then the guys that took it to another level, Sam Bush, and now the guys that are younger than I, like Chris Thiele. It's just very influential.
First time we played together, I think I was maybe 20, and you were...
I was probably 14.
14, yeah.
Or 7. I think I was 7. How old are
I'm going to be 50 pretty soon. About a month or two.
you? Happy birthday.
How old are you?
I'm 41.
41.
Yeah. Yep, still having fun.
There's a fellow. How do you keep that great acoustic sound running through amplification? Well, if you watch the festival, you see people with a lot of different approaches up on stage. Everybody's trying to get the best sound they can, hear each other the best they can. Some people spend a lot of time and money getting their pickups sounding as good as possible, knowing it's never going to sound like a a microphone. Some people spend a lot of time and money getting, great microphones and mounting them on their instruments. Some people get a great microphone, put it in the center, and don't use any monitors. There's so many different approaches to it. For me, I love the sound of my banjo with nothing, in a nice room that makes it sound good. But I'll take a less attractive sound to get across to the audience any day of the year, because if there's, a lot of times we play big places, there might be 10,000 people there. I want the people in the back to hear what got played. I want to reach out to them, and if it sounds really good, but it only reaches the first 100 people, that's not satisfactory for me anyway. So I spent a lot of time on pickups. But like with Edgar Meyer, we did it all with mics, and I loved it. But with Sparrow, we're using pickups and working really hard to make them sound as acoustic and as much like the instruments as possible.
Over here.
What do you guys are doing the one mic?
Yeah,
Do you use monitors too, or not?
no, we don't use any monitor. It's just as natural as you can get it, as you know. Of course, we've had a little fun this weekend, Bela. We've been loud,
I
man.
heard you guys plugged in.
Last night was the first time that our band was fully plugged in, including my dad. We had pictures. We've done some things before, but he was fully plugged in, and his hair was on end. It was,
This hair is usually a man.
should have saw it last night.
When I joined Newgrass Revival, that's when I first had to plug in, because that band was loud, and we were playing a lot of rock gigs, and I just had to do it. And then over the years, I learned how to make the most of that situation, which is not perfect, of course. Okay. Here's somebody over there. What was it like guitar? It was good. The dog was very tasty.
Stir fried
It's a
dog.
joke. It's a joke. How many people think we should just stop gabbing?
Play Lost Indian, please.
We're moving up. We're moving out of the master key into the fiddle man.
This is playing on tune called Dusty Miller. You guys want to? There's a 2 and a 3.
Rub it off, boys.
We'll do 2 parts.
tune?
Oh,
There's a question over there.
say we're back in the Newgrass stage. When Sam would introduce a song and then a banjo kickoff, just as soon as the last syllable was out of his mouth, you were kicking it off. Now, was that... Did you hear it?
Can't quite hear it. In Newgrass, when we would kick off a song?
Yeah, when back in the Newgrass days,
Yeah.
when Sam would introduce a song, just as soon, if it was a banjo kickoff, just as soon as he would introduce a song, the first note was ringing on the banjo.
Exactly.
Was that something that you guys worked out ahead of time, or was that just a, what was that? Because it's evident on a lot of Newgrass tunes, a lot of Newgrass recordings.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. When Sam would say the name of the song, bam, we would start it.
Yeah.
And it was sort of, our version of showbiz. And it was exciting. We thought it was exciting to do it that way.
It was great. It was
I can tell you
great.
that my father told us from the time that we were little, when I say the name of this song, I want you to kick it right off.
It's a bluegrass thing. I mean, you learn a certain training you get, and the JV Crow School is the same way. You say, here it is, little girl in my Tennessee, bam, you hit it. There's no, and you better be ready if you're on the band, because it's coming. It's a good question, actually. Fine point. Gentleman over here, sorry.
Do I still play? No, when I laid it down, I tell you what, it was really tough for me to hear myself playing out of tune, so I went to frets. And I've played on and off, and I have done a few things with Jason, but these guys, he was glad, and this guy makes me want to not play the fiddle.
It's actually possible to play out of tune on an instrument with frets, as I've learned. I'm pretty good at that.
How about one more question? How about you right here? Oh boy. Hold on.
Everybody's the lead.
Yeah, that was totally atypical. And they play loud. I couldn't really hear what I was doing, but when I got in there, I kind of zoned out with it a little bit. That was fun. It was a lot of fun. I don't get to do that a whole lot, not like he does. He has taken the instrument to a whole other level, and he's to be applauded for that. Thank you, man.
Is it a question? Oh, question. Playing oboe and banjo together? Yeah. Yeah, I played a lot with Paul McCandless, who's a great oboe player. It's a beautiful instrument. It's not as nice as the banjo, in my opinion, but it's got some. Yeah, I mean, you guys can find a way. It's just about finding some common ground.
Getting it out of the case, I think. But other than that, maybe a simple little tune like Angelina Baker or something like that.
Maybe find some
Old Joe Clark.
find the written music to something, because he'll be able to play along with, and you could read fiddle tunes and stuff like that. Find a simple one and start with something that he knows that you can sight read or take a little time to read. It'll come.
Like a beginning fiddle book might have some good tunes to start with, possibly. Concert class. Is that what oboe is? Concert class? It's a B flat. Trumpet.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this. It's always a pleasure. A great weekend of music. Being able to sit here on Sunday with these guys is great. Great for me. We're going to be on stage here a little bit. 6:50. 6:50.
Not a minute later, plenty of minutes later, but not a minute sooner.
It's a great pleasure for us.
Yeah.
I'm really glad to see you guys.
You too, man. Thank you, Bela. Thank you, Casey. Thank you both for being here.
Yeah, thanks for all the great questions.
What do you want to call it?
Play one, do you know where this tune came from?
I think it's a pop song of the day.
I think you're right. I mean, I heard, Bela did too, heard Earl Scruggs recording of this, but this is one he didn't write, but he played the crap out of it.
He would do that.
Still trying to figure this one out, but it's one called The Farewell Blues.